Writing financial articles is definitely a cumbersome job, and in this video I'm going to tell you how to write financial articles automatically using OpenAI, which is an artificial intelligence and deployment company that helps you in generating human-like content. So let's say that you have got certain titles and you have them in your spreadsheet. Now every time a new title is added there, so you want that with the help of OpenAI the content should be generated, then a document should be created in Google Docs in the name of the title, and then it should be appended with the content that you have generated in OpenAI. Finally, the link of this updated document should be updated as a cell value in your Google Sheet, the same Google Sheet. Now, how can you do that? For this, you will have to set up some integration between these applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Google Sheet and your action applications OpenAI, Google Doc and Google Sheet. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user over here. And here we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Here we have reached the dashboard of this application. So we are going to click on create workflow. Now a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now my objective here is to write finance articles automatically with OpenAI. So I have got certain titles in my spreadsheet. Now with those titles, first I'm going to generate content, then create a document in the name of the title, append the paragraph in my document, and finally the link of that document has to be pasted in the same Google Sheet. So now I'm going to click on create. And as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one here is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. Now here, first application would be Google Sheets. So let's click on this. And now the trigger event here would be new or updated spreadsheet row. So this is what will make my workflow start. Now here we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Google Sheets. And we have to follow the below mentioned steps to set up this connection. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to my Google Sheet. So the name is Financial Articles. The name of the spreadsheet is Financial Articles, and the name of this particular sheet is Titles. Here I've got two column fields. One is finance related articles and the another one is document link. And here you can see that I already have put a title which is cryptocurrency to NFTs. Should you put money into digital assets? Now I have to set up a connection between this Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on extensions, go to add-ons, and here we have to go to get add-ons. So once we are here, we have reached the Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we are going to look for the application Pabbly Connect webhooks. And here you can see that it has already been installed in my system. Now you have to first install it. Once done, close this window and refresh the page. This is extremely important. Once you have refreshed, we are going to wait for a few seconds, and then we are going to go back to extensions, and here you would be able to see Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now I'm going to click on initial setup, and here you can see that it has already selected the sheet. Now this webhook URL that we have just received, I'm going to copy this, go back to the sheet and paste this over here. The trigger column is the final data column where the data is added, and for this sheet it is column A. So I'm going to write A, and let's click on send test. So as soon as we do that, here you can see that the test data has been sent successfully, and now I'm going to click on submit, and then we can see that the configuration is all set. I'm going to close this, and I'm now going to take you back to extensions. Why? Because this send on event has to be checked. So please make sure that you click on this, because if you do not do that, then every time the workflow runs, it will never be able to send the response. So it is absolutely important. So once this is done, I'm going to take you to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the API response. And yes, we have received the same. This is the name of our spreadsheet, then the ID, name of the title, ID. This is the row index, and this here is the title. So once we have received this, now with the help of OpenAI, I'm going to generate content. So here I'm going to look for the application OpenAI, and the action event here would be to generate content. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the OpenAI account, and to set up this connection, first I'm going to click on add new connection, and here we need a API key. Now this API key can be received by clicking on this hyperlink, but first we have to log into our OpenAI account. So I've already done that, and now I'm going to click on this hyperlink, and here you can see that there is this tab which says create new secret key. I'm going to click on this, and our API key has been generated. This is the key. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save. So once the connection is all set, here we have to fill in this data. But before I do that, I'm going to take you to my OpenAI account. So this is the website, and once you have reached the website, you have to go to API. Now OpenAI is an extremely powerful artificial intelligence and deployment company that helps in creating human-like content. It can generate texts as well as images. You can build next generation apps with OpenAI's powerful models. So because it has the access of GPT-3, which performs a variety of natural language tasks, codecs which translates natural language to code, etc. Now here you can see a tab login. You have to click on this, and once you have logged in, here you would reach the dashboard of this application. So you can see there are certain tutorials and examples. We are directly going to go to Playground, which is an extremely interesting space, just like the name say. Here I'm going to show you some magic. So as soon as I write an article on friendship, so as I do that and I click on this submit tab, you can see that it has already automatically started generating content. So this is definitely a boon for all the content writers over there. Now the best part is that here you can actually change the length of your article. Here with the help of OpenAI, you can generate the reply to the comments that you receive on your social media platforms. You can write blogs. Here you can also create articles just like we are doing, etc. Now I'm going to throw some light on the various features that it has got. So first we have got the mode, insert, and here we have edit. Then we have got various models, and we usually go with text the Vinci 003. Why? Because this is the most capable model in the GPT-3 series. It can perform any task the other GPT-3 models can, and it can process up to 4,000 tokens per request. So once we have selected this, the next thing is temperature. Temperature basically controls randomness. So as the temperature approaches 0, then it is going to become repetitive. And as it approaches 1, then it is going to provide random responses. Then we have the maximum length. Maximum length is the maximum number of tokens to generate, and we can request up to 2048 to 4000 tokens shared between prompt and completion, and the exact limit depends on the model that you have chosen. One token is roughly 4 characters for normal English text. Then we have a stop sequence. So up to 4 sequences where the API will stop generating further tokens. So basically the moment you write the stop sequence, there won't be any token, like it will stop writing. Now here let's say the stop sequence is // single hashtag. So you can provide your own stop sequence. Then we have top P and frequency penalty. Frequency penalty decreases the model's likelihood to repeat the same line verbatim, and presence penalty increases the model's likelihood to talk about new topics. And here OpenAI generates multiple completions server side and displays only the best. So you can go up to 10. So if I select 3 here, for example, so it is going to provide 3 options, 3 responses, and then it is going to show us the best one. So once this is done, the next thing is prompt. Prompt is basically this, write an article on friendship. Basically, it is the instruction that we provide. So this is our prompt. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here we are going to fill in this information. First of all, the AI model, we are going to go ahead with text Appending 003. Now what would be the prompt? The prompt would be write an article on the title. Now here my title would be, I'm going to go to step 1 and this here is my title. I have mapped this information. Why didn't I write it manually? Because if I had written this manually, then every time the workflow had run, it would have never taken the new data into consideration. It would be stuck with the manually written data. That is why mapping is important. Once done, maximum number of tokens. So let's say it is 300. And then we have the sampling type. So since I want random response every time, I'm going to go ahead with temperature sampling. Now the sampling value. So sampling value is like, it can vary between 0 to 1. So I'm going to leave this blank so that it can take the default value, which is 0.7. For the presence penalty and frequency penalty, which can range between -2 to 2, I'm again going to leave this blank so that it can take the default value, which is 0. Now the stop sequence was // hashtag and best of 3. So we had selected 3. So once this is done, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the API response. So here you can see that this is the text that we have just received through OpenAI. So this is literally awesome, right? So once we have done that, what do I want next? I want a document to be created in the name of the title. So my next action application would be Google Docs. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to create a blank document. I'm going to click on connect. And here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Docs account. I'm going to click on add new connection, sign in with Google. Here we have to select the account, and once done, we have to provide the access. For that, I'm going to click on continue. And here you can see that the authorization has been successful. So once we are done with this, here we have to write the name of the document. So I'm going to again map the data, and I want the name of the document to be the title of my topic. So I'm going to go to step 1 and this has to be the title. Let's click on save and send test request. So as soon as I do that, here we have received the API response, which basically means that now the document should have been created. Also, here you can see that we have received the ID of that document. Let me show you. I'm going to take you to my Google Docs, and here I'm going to refresh this page. And here you can see that the document has been created. As I click on this, you can see that it is absolutely blank. Now taking you back to Pabbly Connect, what do I want? I want that the response that we have just received through OpenAI should be appended as a paragraph in my Google Doc. So the application will be again Google Docs. And the event here would be to append a paragraph to a document. Let's click on connect. I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. And here I'm going to toggle this towards the right so that we can map the document ID. So I'm going to go to step 3, and as I take you to the last, this is the document ID. Now we have to map the inserted text. So I'm going to go to step 2, and here this is the text. Let's click on save and send test request. So here we can see we have received the API response. Let me show you the document, and yes, here you can see that our content is now a part of this document. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, now I'm going to add another action step. And what do I want now? I want that the link of this document to become a part of my Google Sheet. But the document here is a private document. So first I have to change the settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another action step, and this time the application is Google Drive. And here the action event would be to share the file with anyone. Let's click on connect. And again here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Drive account. I'm going to click on add new connection, sign in with Google, select the account, and then provide the access. So let's click on continue. So basically the authorization here is complete. And now the file ID. So I'm going to again toggle this towards the right, delete this. For this I'm going to go to step 4, and this is the document ID. Let's click on save and send test request. And here we have received the API response. So this web view link is the final link that you want to become a part of your Google Sheet. Now here my final action step would be Google Sheet. Here it is. And now the action event here would be, what do I want? I want to update the cell value. So I'm going to look down and this is the cell value. Let's click on connect. So here I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. And now we have to fill in this information. So first I'm going to select the spreadsheet, which is financial articles. And here you can see that it has automatically selected the sheet. Why? Because it had got only one. Now the range. The range has to be written as column name and row index. So here what is our column? This is B. So I'm going to write B. And for the row index, I'm going to go to step 1. And this here is the row index. And now the value. So I'm going to map the web view link over here. So I'm going to go to step 5 here. And this, as I take you down, this here is the web view link. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here we have received the API response. Let me take you to my Google Sheet. And yes, you can see that the document has become a part of my Google Sheet. This basically means that this integration process is a complete success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to add another finance related title. So this time the title is size, pattern and determinants of savings and investment. Now as soon as this title is added here in the sheet, then automatically OpenAI should generate a content. Then a document should be created in the name of the title. The content should be appended in the document, and here you can see that the link of that document is now a part of my Google Sheet. So this basically means that our entire integration process is a complete success. I'm going to show you the document. So let me click on this, and here you can see this is the name with like the name of the document, and this here is our content. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Google Sheets, where the event was new or updated spreadsheet row. Our action application first was OpenAI, where we had generated the content. Then it was Google Docs, where first we had created a blank document, then we had appended a paragraph to a document. Now to share the link with everyone, I had to use my next action application as Google Drive, where the event was share the file with anyone. And finally the action application was again Google Sheets, where we had updated the cell value. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if there is any particular integration that you wish to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.